Hey guys, Taro here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Semoskiy winter. Playing for you today, spawning on the right is the 9th Flying Toddler Brigade. That's a pretty good name. He's playing as Soviet Union and his loadout is Advanced Warfare, Shock Rifle Frontline, and Guard Rifle Combined Arms Tactics. Pretty common loadout, I suppose. We've seen that for the last few patches. All these have been quite popular. And actually, I imagine Advanced Warfare will be seeing some more use now that they've updated will be updating the conscript repair kit hotkeys, and also PPSHs are getting slightly better medium range damage. So I imagine we might be seeing a bit more of the Advanced Warfare tactics. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Playing on the left is Wulpenstein, and he is OKW, and he's gone for fortifications. Fortifications not that common anymore, really. I think largely a lot of people, have been using howitzers, and you can't really go Pack 43 against ML20. I think that's part of the reason. But still quite strong, it has the MT34. Basically nobody puts down that flak emplacement, but people are making a lot more use of those S-mine fields. They're just putting down that one patch of S-mines instead of spending the whole 60 munitions, just cancelling it when you're part way through. And then what's going on here? Looks like Wulpenstein's squad bugged out and is not actually jumping into this garrison. Yeah, just placing that one little patch of S-mines, and they're quite potent. And even if they do get swept, it's no big loss. It's only 15 munitions rather than an entire 60. So I expect that's one of the trends that we're seeing a lot more of as we continue on our journey of this excellent game that's Company of Heroes. So a few engagements, as we saw Wulpenstein not jumping into that garrison, cost them that engagement, had to retreat with the Stern Pioneers, and now he's got to lose control of his fuel. It's always so critical down here in the south to try and hold into this garrison at all costs, because if your opponent gets it, especially as OKW, you don't really have a good counter. Luckily there is an incendiary grenade coming soon for OKW in the next patch, so that will make them a lot better on these urban maps with a lot of garrisons, the incendiary grenades. So I'm also looking forward to that in the next patch. Just a few long range engagements going on. Very slow engagements. Conscripts behind heavy cover, dudes in garrisons, just same old, same old. But I'd say 9th Toddler Brigade is slightly ahead in these because he's actually got double fuel coming in at the moment. And goes a Molotov. Wulpenstein's perhaps... No, he does notice that in time. You have to be quite quick these days because the Molotov damage is quite strong. Does get away safety. It's gone for a very defensive battle group. We still don't see a tech structure either from 9th Flying Toddler Brigade, which is a surprise. And he has gone for Guard Rifle Combined Arms, so maybe we will see an ML20. Looks like Stern Pioneers are about to be surrounded from all sides. Slightly late reaction with this MT34 team, but they may get in a position to suppress both these conscript squads. In fact, the conscript squads are pretty much walking right into the arc of fire. That squad of cons is going to go down to these Stern Pioneers. Yep, I don't know what 9th Flying Toddler Brigade's up to. He's losing everything here. Oh, he lost another squad there. That's 2 wipes for no real reason. May pick up this MG34, and does, but not quite so costly. Wulpenstein can easily just pick that up and reinforce it. Much more costly to lose 2 squads of conscripts. Just a bit of inattentiveness there. Maybe he's busy building his tech structure here in the base.
The sector is at risk. Ready as we can be.
Well, OCF is coming up. Operation Charlie Fox. You know, you may have seen a few of those reward casts on my channel recently. And that's coming up this weekend. Personally, I'm not participating or doing casting while it's live because it starts at 3 AM my time pretty much every day. So I can't really participate, unfortunately. But I will be trying to do a catch-up stream for the open qualifications on well, the day after. It's like 8 hours after or whatever. So keep an eye out for that on my Twitch channel, and I'll be uploading all the replays to my YouTube channel as well. At the moment I think I'm going to be casting Von Ivan's games all through the open qualifications, but that is subject to change. So everybody's healed up, reinforced, back on the front lines. Wulpenstein hasn't recruited that MG34 still though, it's sitting there on the ground, and we do see a Maxim coming up from 9th Toddler Brigade. This is a rather poor engagement for 9th Toddler Brigade. Also, you can't really use this garrison, I don't think, against this garrison. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there's something to do with that fence, maybe. Maybe those bottom windows can't actually shoot at this garrison. I think that's the case, because of that fence there. So just an interesting quirk of this map. Maxim somehow, I mean, just some shots right through the building or something, suppresses that squad. Guards sitting here behind a light cover, just getting torn up. Here comes a grenade that may go down. It's kind of in their retreat path, but that's flying Toddler Brigade's inattentiveness there actually works to his favour. He doesn't end up getting his guards wiped. Okay, maybe I was just completely wrong about the windows. For some reason I thought the lower windows couldn't fire on this. Looks like some harassment attempts going on from Wulpenstein in the north. Conscripts are around to close range where they might be able to beat these Volks. They've dropped a model, but Volks aren't on full health either. Tier 4 going up in a rather aggressive spot from Wulpenstein. I suppose it could, that wall could tank a few AT gun shots, but still it is a bit of a risk putting it there. We've seen it get killed in that spot many a time. Looks like Molotovs end up sealing that engagement for a nice flying Toddler Brigade. And yeah, he may be able to gain a bit of map control here. In fact, he's quite inattentive. If he did actually jump into this garrison and like go through the garrison, he would have spotted this going down and might actually have been able to kill it. But as it is, it will be completed, and its flak emplacement will start blasting away at these guards. And it has forced them away. Yeah, MG is quite low. Does he have medics? No medics yet for 9th Flying Toddler Brigade. So that's certainly costing him a bit of manpower now. As for Wulpenstein, having gone for tier 4, a tier 2 to tier 4 build, I imagine we'll be seeing a faster Lukes, and his fuel control has been adequate to allow such a strategy. As for 9th Flying Toddler Brigade, he's in a bit of a hole in the manpower game, as I was saying earlier, and he has gone for the PPSH upgrades, which I suppose is maybe workable in this map because there are a few close range engagements usually happening around this hedgerow and these buildings. But other than that, I wouldn't have recommended PPSH as this patch. And Oh wow, look at that ISG shot. Almost wipes that conscript squad. They're super low. Stern Pioneers close into close range. Conscripts do retreat before losing any further models though. That's 3 models on that low health. I don't think I've ever seen such good luck. Just a slight breeze would kill that squad, I believe.
We are losing
9th Flying Toddler Brigade has been cut off for quite a long time. Wulpenstein doing some nice harassment in the north. He is bringing out a T-70 though, and T-70 is a bit...
lines have been cut.
Its 45mm gun is a bit stronger than the Luxus autocannon. So if Wulpenstein does decide to go for that fast Lux, he may have a few issues dealing with that T-70. But the T-70 is definitely needed. 9th Flying Toddler Brigade is really hitting from map control right now. So his conscripts should really be running to close range here with their PPSHs. But this is also a good spot actually, trying to catch them here while they're retreating through deep snow. It's always a tricky decision to decide whether you should chase or whether you should stay still and try and shoot at your opponent. For instance, sometimes it's better to chase and try and stand still when they're crossing a negative cover thing like a road, so you can try and get a bit more damage on them that way. And different weapon profiles have different accuracies on the move. It's very, very confusing, and there are lots of changes, but generally how it works out is submachine guns like shock troops, you're better off chasing, and some of the rifles such as conscripts, you're quite often better off just standing still. So here comes T-70 running to the centre. There's a Shrek squad on hand. The other one's in the south. There's a Rakedenwerfer coming out, but does this open a window opportunity for this T-70 to do some work? Honestly, I wouldn't waste it trying to fire at a garrison. I'd probably try and do some counter harassment, try and knock out these Stern Pioneers here in the north, and also on the south. He's activated Ura there for no real reason. Bit of a waste of munitions there. Don't know, can't see, they're all bunched up. I was trying to see if they've got the DPs. Don't think they do. Probably would have been a better use of his munitions than upgrading his conscripts with PPSHs, to be honest. Yeah, so back to the OCF talk, that's coming up, and yeah, keep an eye out for some games. I'm very, very excited about that. If you guys have any predictions on who's going to win, you can leave them in the comments below. So Molotov tearing through this Volkswagen squad. He needs to get his T-70 up there and try and wipe them on retreat, but he's deciding to disengage. Actually, probably the better choice too, because he's on quite low health. There is now a Rakedenwerfer. No, okay, it's in base. But better safe than sorry in this case. Combination is still in base. They need to get up to the north to do some repairs on that T-70 so it can return to combat duty. Looks like it's gonna be... its window of opportunity is now closed. Wulpenstein bringing out a Panzer IV. And that should be more than enough to deal with that T-70. Do we have anti-tank grenades? No. But we do have a ZIS coming out for 9th Flying Toddler Brigade. So he will have that counter to the Panzer IV, but he doesn't have any mines as far as I've seen. And he's been cut off for his fuel for so long, he doesn't have any other tanks coming in anytime soon. Actually, I suppose you go for SU-76, and SU-76 and this combo could take on the Panzer IV. So all is not lost for 9th Flying Toddler Brigade. He still has a nice window of opportunity.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
So it looks like he's now trying to mount a push on the Schwer HQ with the Zis gun, but the Zis gun is having trouble with the terrain. Oh, excuse me. Woke up at 4:45 this morning, so I'm a bit tired. What's the range on that like?
Guards troops ready for action.
I'm not sure what a better angle would be. Maybe from over here, he might be able to shoot it once he gets through that wall. T-70 trying to get around to the rear of the P4, maybe doing a bit of circling on it. Wulpenstein having a bit of trouble. Down goes T-70, and I've noticed most of the tanks these days, when they die, they're just like blowing up. They seem to go to like a sliver of health, and you always wonder, oh, do I need to keep chasing? But no, they just end up dying. It's a bit confusing for me. Especially if you're fighting a Churchill, you're like, oh no, do I have to get another hit on that thing? I've already spent the last half hour trying to kill it. P4 tearing up here into these guards. Needs to get the pintle on that. Boost its anti-infantry firepower.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Guards move into position to fire on the P4. Where's the Zis? Zis is actually moving up the road. P4's got to be careful. Conscript's just getting wiped there for no real good reason. But here comes the Zis. Guards getting super low though. That P4 shot was super strong. Packers now in a risky position, caught between some troops. No, he's going to continue the chase on the P4. Main gun destroyed on the P4. And is there any infantry coming from Wulpenstein? I don't see any. Most of his infantry's in the south, so his tank is unsupported here in the north. No, he's got one squad of obers. Looks like the Zis is going to try to catch him coming down here. There are conscripts here giving sight. He's going to set up the Zis. It's going to be the catalyst for 9th Flying Toddler Brigade to get back in this game. It's exactly what I need to do, picking up that Panzer IV. Probably should have reversed it down this path here, slightly safer, a lot more line of sight and shot blockers. You can always go down here and come across here. I mean, it's a bit risky going across ice, but you know, better than losing your tank. So yeah, 2 Shrek squads in the south not being able to support in their engagement, I think. That was one of the main takeaways from that fight.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Also, Wulpenstein's got a bit of munitions. Looks like he's going to use that now for the LMG upgrade on his obers, which is a good idea. Definitely need those MG34s, boost their damage output so drastically that really not worth the money unless you get that. Or the STGs, which are also getting reduced in price next patch from 90 to 60, so I imagine we might see a bit more of special operations next patch because of those STGs. Goes grenades. Oh, does just a heap of damage to that garrison. Wulpenstein's got to get out of there ASAP. Make it. Whoa, does this almost finish the job? Lone Ranger takes a terrible retreat path, but he manages to escape somehow. I mean, he's coming out back here. That was just a really unfortunate retreat path there. Probably should have run down to this point and then started the retreat. Just to be safe. Over's now trying to get a flank on these guards. And guards and MG34 more than a match for those Volksgrenadiers, sending them packing. Okay, Flying Toddler Brigade has now ticked all the way to tier 4. I was wondering what he's doing with all his fuel. So I imagine we might be seeing a T-34 next. As for Wulpenstein, he's saved up quite a lot of fuel. He could be going for a Panther next. Little does he know that he is such a ginormous fuel lead. He could probably just go for another Panzer IV, but I suppose he's going to rely on his Obus for the anti-infantry capabilities and the Panther for the anti-tank. He should be pretty well covered in all aspects of combat. Infantry support guns just been slowly working away on squads here in the centre up to 11 kills. Probably not quite worth it, but it's alright. Also, that's been changed next patch. They're removing the hollow rounds. Nobody ever used hollow charge rounds, and I believe they're increasing the barrage range, something like that. So, Stern Pioneers run into this Maxim and they quickly crawl to their bellies. But I imagine they're going to be pinned by this Maxim. Looks like they're going to crawl for the garrison and allow the infantry support gun to try and soften up that Maxim. Whoa, there's a good hit. Almost wipes the Maxims down to 2 men on super low. Whoa, I missed a wipe somewhere. In the south.
This land belongs to the Soviet people.
He doesn't have any conscripts left, so I imagine it was a squad of conscripts.
Down! Down! Heads down!
Sorry guys. I definitely lose some respect for that one. So T-34 is coming, but Panther's on the field now, so T-34 76 has a very hard time penetrating the frontal armor of the Panther. And he doesn't even have power of numbers in this case. Usually you'd hope to have about 2 T-34s for each Panther, but that is not the case here. That all that time that he spent with his fuel cutoff has really hurt him. He has tried to make that up by building a pair of fuel caches, but I don't like his chances against this Panther. I suppose he is pretty close to the his next T-34. He doesn't have enough manpower for it. Of course, T-34 now costing 80 fuel rather than 100. It's a lot more affordable. MG34 versus MG34, but the Obersoldaten win the day easily. Flying Toddler Brigade really having trouble he's just suffered so many bad manpower engagements this game. His army's quite considerably smaller than Wulpenstein's. I don't know how he can get back into this game. He needs to get some wipes himself right now before this Panther can kill his T-34. Speaking of the Panther, here it comes, chasing the T-34, which is super low. He's going to run into the Zist though. And he's going to decide to disengage. Whoa, the Maxim goes down to infantry support gun shot. I believe they're also being blasted by those obers.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture
Looks
our
like
territory.
Panther is pulled back for repairs. Wulpenstein should probably consider getting the support package. He has actually gone for a Pack 43 in a very defensive position. This isn't going to cover much of anything. I probably would have recommended just not building a Pack 43 at all, to be honest. Now maybe just not even going fortifications. I think a better doctrine would be what's the one, Fallschirmjägers?
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
I'm blanking on the name at the moment, but you can also get the MG34 and Fallschirmjägers, which give you some more options, especially if you go for a tier 2, tier 3 build, which is a bit more often common these days, especially if you're
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
a bit tight for fuel. So 3 squads of guards working on these obers.
300.
DPs just pop on those guards. So he's got quite a bit of anti-infantry firepower, courtesy of all these guards.
Losing territory.
Oh, I'm going to have to answer the phone. Alright, sorry about that interruption, guys. Back to the action. I think I was talking about Fallschirmjägers being probably a better doctrine choice. Zeroing artillery is very expensive and while it's very powerful, just about nobody will sit in its area of effect. I suppose maybe it has a place these days against British emplacements, especially once the race changes come through. I'm not sure if that actually targets emplacements. Maybe it does. You do have to keep vision though while just using zeroing artillery. Very important thing to note, otherwise it'll do nothing. Here comes the grenade. Those guards are super low and they get wiped there. Honestly, once your squad, if they're on 5 men and they're that low in health, you should just get them out of there. It's not worth the manpower bleed. Just sticking around like that. So, Shrek's squad working on this fuel cache here in the north. Toddler Brigade's map controls fallen just about to 0. Instead of going for another T-34, he has gone for an Su-85 and he's actually activated focus sight straight away. Which does limit the mobility of the Su-85, but
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
does give it extra sight in front of it. So it looks like he's got a bit of tunnel vision. He's trying to knock out the COH2 again, kind of ignoring the fact that he's got a terrible map control situation at the moment. Wulpenstein does scout that with his IR searchlight, and here comes the Panther. Su-85 is about to peek his head around the hitch. Panther's going deep for the T-34. T-34 took quite a lot more damage from the infantry support guns and the COH2. It's already on super low. That's what I was saying about the health. You saw the health. It was kind of looked like it still had some health before dying there. Now the Panther is going to easily outmaneuver this Su-85 with the focus sight on. Or should easily. Is this gun firing on the Panther's rear? It does get clear of its gun now. It just has to circle around. Stay out of the way. 9th Fine Toddler Brigade's trying to move up as this. Here it comes. Panther finishes the job and it looks like he's going to back to safety.
The enemy has destroyed one of our
This
vehicles.
bounces that shot as well. So a good excellent engagement for Wulpenstein. I think that's the nail in the coffin there. 9th Fine Toddler Brigade losing both his tanks. He's lost one. I mean, his infantry army's down to just about nothing. And Wulpenstein still has pretty much his entire army. In fact, he's population capped right now. That's how big his army is. Maybe you should consider decrewing this pack. It hasn't. It's not really helping him. Actually, I suppose he doesn't really have a flamethrower, so he can't really do that voluntarily.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Toddler Brigade does make a cut-off maneuver here. And is also making a play for the northern victory point. We see Wulpenstein is ahead on the VPs. He has 327 to Flying Toddler Brigades, 114. Oh, guards going down here in the north. Ober's just blasting away. Will they even make it around this corner? Oh, that guard grenade though, wow. Smashes those Obers. T-34 catches these Volksgrenadiers out of position here with their Shrek. Be a shame if he loses those. I suppose he does have two more, but it's not ideal. All those infantry squads getting low. It's freed up enough population cap for Wulpenstein to try and build a Panzer IV, and you see that's under construction now.
Troops ready for action.
I imagine if he reinforces the squad though, he won't actually be able to bring it out. He'll just be sitting at 100% complete, but unable to enter the battlefield. Whoa, Shumai, I didn't even see that. T-34 runs right over it, right into, the Pak-43 as well. It does something this game. I thought it was just going to sit here and do nothing the entire game, but it gets a shot off on that T-34. And now this, all of Wulpenstein's AT was sitting right here. Unfortunate series of events for Knights Flying Toddler Brigade. Well, I think Knights Flying Toddler Brigade needed to pay more attention to his cutoff. His cutoff was fuel for a long time. Probably should have gone for a... well, and that really pushed back his T-70 a long way. Didn't have a big enough reign of terror with his T-70 to try and shut down Wulpenstein's game. And then once this Shrew went down, he could no longer harass the fuel, and it was really the beginning of the end. As for Wulpenstein, I think he's just a notch above his opponent here. And yeah, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your games to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.